My wife is at work show.
Welcome back to another episode of the My Wife is at Work show, the variety show I make for my future wife. Every time she's at work, once a week, she goes in the office. I get really bored. I make a TV show for her. It's called the My Wife is at Work show if you're just brand new here. This week's episode, get this out of the way, is sponsored by nobody. We still have 5 subscribers. We're on a streak. We haven't gotten our subscribers since the first week. We need to find the algorithm somehow. Probably not the best idea to do a variety show because you got to find niches on YouTube. But I don't care. This show's really fun. We're going to get right into it.
Austin's Weekly Obsession.
This week for Austin's Weekly Obsession, my big obsession this week has been Major League Pickleball, the MLP. If you don't know, I myself, aspiring pro pickleball player. Rachel's played a tournament with me. We play with her parents sometimes, pickleball. I've been watching the MLP playoffs. I've been following the whole season. One of my old friends, he's playing for one of the teams, so it's been fun to watch him. But all of the teams are just so fun to watch. There was a lot of upsets in the recent tournament that they just had in, I want to say it was San Diego. Yeah, they played in San Diego. The Dallas Flash lost, which was crazy. The Columbus Sliders beat them. A segue here. I was talking with Rachel when we were watching some of the matches. I don't think some of the branding for some of those MLP teams is that great. Like a team, for example, like the oh my gosh, what is their name? The Orlando Squeeze. In my opinion, that is my favorite MLP team because their mascot is hilarious. The logo looks good. Color scheme's good. They look like an actual sports team. Like 90% of the Major League Pickleball teams are just like shirts that they got off Temu or like off a Walmart press, and they put like wording on it with their names on the back, and it's like, oh, we're a team now. I don't know why they all don't have like fun mascots related to pickleball or like better color schemes or like just better names in general. Like the players are good. Like every team's almost the same. They all have like PPA rated really good players, but I think the branding matters a lot more for MLP because you're basically selling yourself as like a sports franchise entity. Like they all come off as like the Washington Commanders or like the Athletics without a city, you know. I just don't understand why the branding isn't a little bit better for some of these teams. I'm sure it'll get better as pickleball gets more popular with more money and such. But can we hire some graphic designers? Can we pay them to have some better branding for these teams, better marketing teams? The favorite part of the MLP this week was watching that Dallas Flash Columbus Sliders match. Went to 3 Dream Breakers. If you don't know, a Dream Breaker is when they go to a 5th game tiebreak where everyone plays 4 points and they go to 21 points total and it's rally scoring and it's super fun. I think pickleball is really going to take off on TV. It is very fun to play and I think it is going to be very accessible to watch. It is very accessible now. My predictions for this coming week in New York, it should be going on as we're filming this actually. I do think Annalee Waters and the New Jersey Fives are going to take care of business. They are going to beat whoever they play at the MLP Finals in New York. They have the home court advantage. All right.
Austin Sports Saloon.
For Austin Sports Saloon this week, we are exactly 24 hours, give or take, about one day, away from college football starting. So to celebrate that, we're going to talk about some Texas Tech college football. Now, they don't play until August 30th, so they don't play this week 0 because they're Big 5 team or one of the bigger teams. They play Arkansas Pine Bluff on August 30th. Hopefully we don't absolutely blow that like they did last year against Abilene Christian where they almost lost in overtime, which would have been insane. Texas Tech has spent the second most money on roster moves this year, I think just behind Texas. They built a brand new $1 million, like multiple $1 million facility. Texas Tech's kind of got all in on this new NIL kind of landscape for college sports, and I hope the football team pays the dividends for that because they've really always been on the cusp of like being good, but never like a top program, for example, maybe a couple of years, give or take, where they are ranked in the top 25. They are preseason ranked. I believe it's 22 or 23. They are my consensus pick to win the Big 12 because I am biased. I do think I am thinking without actually thinking, if you know what I mean. It doesn't really make sense. I don't know why they're going to win. They just are. We don't have to worry about Texas and Oklahoma in the Big 12 anymore, so that really helps that out. But I just think that Tech has a good chance this year, even though their running back just went out. 2 days ago with a season-ending injury, that the transfer guy from USC. I think we should be pretty deep with a more than $20 million roster, which is kind of bad, because like we're paying a bunch of people to be on the team. But hopefully, it all pays dividend. Hopefully we do something this year and we make the playoffs. That'd be a great feat.
Lovebirds Book Club.
This week for Lovebirds Book Club, Rachel and I read People We Meet on Vacation. Now, I will say, this book was a little hit or miss for me. I believe I gave it 3 stars, so a good, if you're familiar with the Baby Butter Reviews ranking system. It's kind of slow. Like, it feels like the book is almost just narrating at you. Like, it's just telling you events instead of actually conveying a compelling story that builds up with drama and, like, a bunch of sequences. This feels like just literally I'm getting the summary of a bunch of events happening over the course of an X amount of years with random flashbacks and just being spoon-fed information. Why don't you let go of my hand and build a story for me? That does happen more so towards the end, but I feel like there's a lot of filler just to get to that very quick kind of summation of the conflicts. I didn't really care for the characters that much. The male protagonist, or MM3 as I'm learning in these Lovebirds book clubs, he's pretty cool, he's pretty nice, he's a very rational dude who just tries to do everything for the girl. And the girl main character is very hard to like. She does a lot of very regrettable things, a lot of actions that I don't know if you can really forgive at some points, and acts really weird for some reason. That's what I found with a lot of these romantic books that maybe have comedy elements, but they're really just all the same book, disguised in different genres. Spoilers, they do end up together. They usually do in like 99% of these books. But the way they get there just seems so, I don't want to say artificial, but just not earned. Like, we get spoon-fed all this information, there's really no character development. The book probably could have been like half as long just with all the needless summaries and expositions and monologues. The ending does make up for it a little bit, because that was the most interesting part of the book and it left on a high note. But just the beginning was such a slog, and it was a very slow read for me, if I'm being honest. So I give People We Meet on Vacation a good. I think Rachel might have given it 4 stars, possibly. Comment down below if you want to know what Rachel gave the book.
Sporkle Quiz of the Week.
This week for Sporkle Quiz of the Week, as always, I'm going to see if I can impress my fiance Rachel with a passing quiz grade, my future wife. Hubba hubba. It's going to be college football themed this week, so we're going to be doing, let's see, can I pull it up this time? Did I actually get it to work? I don't know, man. I'm pretty bad at this. Let's see. Ooh, okay. I think I might have gotten it to work this time. I have cooked. All right, this week we are doing college football playoff teams, 2014 through 2023. So basically any team that has ever made the college football playoff, I guess besides like the most recent year, which I'm now realizing doesn't kind of make sense. But we're going to try and guess every team that's made the college football playoff up to this point. There's only a 2-minute timer, so I'm a little scared. I don't know if that's enough time, but let's see how we do. And we're going to play quiz. I know the very first year Ohio State won. Oh, if you type Ohio, it just comes up. I know that they played, oh my God, who did they play in the final? I know Texas has made it. Oklahoma's made it. Alabama's definitely made it. Oh my gosh, they played Alabama, I'm pretty sure. LSU had a run with Burrow. Is that their only appearance? That's crazy. That is insane. Oregon with Mariota. We had Florida State that first year, maybe. Okay. Has USC made it? UCLA? Oh, no, they haven't. Michigan. Wisconsin? No. TCU? Yes. Georgia. Big 12 bias, Big 12 bias, Big 12 bias. SEC bias, SEC bias. What other big schools are there? Oh my God, I'm blanking a little bit. Other big schools. Oh my gosh, Arizona State made it. That was last year though, they don't have last year. Of course, how great. SMU, no. Texas Tech for giggles, nope. I'm only more than halfway done, oh my gosh, I'm actually choking so hard right now. Iowa. Kansas State, no. Houston, BYU. Oh my gosh, what SEC schools am I forgetting? There's always a bunch of SEC schools in this. There's probably not big teams. Probably like a really weird team, like Boise State or something. No. Michigan State. Yes. Illinois. No. Oh my gosh, I'm choking so hard right now. This is the choke job of the century. I only have 10 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Who did we miss? All right, if we take a look. Oh my God, we missed Clemson. I thought something seemed off. Clemson had a run there with Deshaun Watson and Dabo Swinney and all those respectful people. Washington should have got that. Cincinnati, I forgot they even made it that one year. Notre Dame, I forgot they made it that one year. Oh my God, if I would have got Clemson, I would have gotten like a 97% on this. I got 1% above average. You know what? It's not terrible, if I'm being honest. All right, now the even more difficult part. How do I get the hell out of this? All right. Well, we properly screen recorded, so I guess that's a win for this week for the 5 subscribers that watch this. Okay.
Music, movies, madness.
3 best things in entertainment that I saw this week, or I heard, as I have a music review channel, so I listen to a lot more music. Alfredo 2, Freddie Gibbs and The Alchemist. They released an absolute banger about 2-3 weeks ago. It's been on repeat for me. I love that style of music. Freddie Gibbs, one of my favorite rappers. The Alchemist, one of my favorite producers. Gave it an excellent on Baby Butter Reviews. Go check out that channel if you haven't already. It's excellent. It was a great project. And then piggybacking off of that one, The Coldest Profession also came out, which is DJ Premier and Rock Marciano. Basically the same setup, really good producer, really good rapper that I like a lot. Those rapper-producer combos usually work really well, I feel like, in the album setting, because you can really get in tune with their, the sound they're trying to convey. They get in a good rhythm together. I just think it always works out really well. Those 2 albums have been on repeat. I've been bumping them in my car, in my headphones. They're very relaxing, and they make me feel like a boss man. A boss man. Biggest thing probably this week is Rachel and I have been watching the U.S. Open mixed doubles. Comment down below what you think about the new U.S. Open mixed doubles format. I'm a little torn on it, just because I think it's a positive that all the big names were playing, which is like the entire goal of the event, and like how doubles used to be probably 30 years ago in tennis, even maybe 20 years ago. But I do think it did compromise the aspect of like rankings for doubles and like just being fair to like who is supposed to be there versus who we want to see there. There's got to be a better way to balance that. Maybe we like half it to where half the draw is like the not celebrity, but like the higher ranked singles players, and half is the doubles players that earned entry into the tournament. Irani and Vavasori ended up winning the tournament, the guys that won last year when there was no new rules and it was just all doubles players. So kind of counterproductive, because I think that the U.S. Open was probably hoping that like a big name like Raducanu and Alcaraz would probably win and then spark more interest in mixed doubles. But kind of counterproductive that the actual doubles team that did win the previous year and another Grand Slam this year ended up winning the whole thing. But I did like seeing all the stars. It did make it more fun to watch, honestly, but it was only 2 days. They played like exhibition style fast 4 games. That part I didn't really care about. But it was hit and miss because it was fun, but I also feel like we're missing out on basically now the whole event of mixed doubles. We lost a whole week of it. And it was so condensed, and I feel like it didn't pay dividends if like not even the stars won the event. So that was the best things I saw in entertainment this week. Go listen to those 2 albums. Go watch the U.S. Open. Starts in 2 days. All right. Well, that's going to wrap it up for this day. But I got a quick little post-credit scene. Rachel, I re-gripped your rackets. It's got a fresh coat of Wilson overgrip on it on your K Factor. We got to get you new rackets. And we got the little piglet butt cap on it still. 'Cause you're my little piglet. I'm your Winnie the Pooh. We are best friends. Okay. Anyways, that's all the time we have for this week. Like and subscribe if you enjoyed the show. Leave a comment for anything you'd love to see next time. Most importantly, Rachel, I can't wait for you to come home. I love you. Bye.